Masters Touch versus Arteza. Again, yes, I'm going to just give you guys one more review about these two gouaches. I went ahead and poured some of this Masters Touch Gouache onto this plastic palette. Now let's take a look. It looks like the red is, yes, it's watery. Definitely watery. And the yellow ochre is watery, but a little more slimy. But everything else looks pretty good. It's been 24 hours. The paint dried, but it did not crack. So I'm not sure if it had to stay in there a lot longer, but it re-wet really well when I sprayed it. So I had no problem with that. So I was happy with this overall part of this review on this Masters Touch. Okay, so a YouTube viewer posted on my channel saying that the Masters Touch dried very gritty. And I did not notice that on these strawberries that I painted when I did my first Masters Touch versus Arteza video. So I thought maybe it was these reds. Maybe these were just velvety and nice. So I decided to go ahead and use more colors and paint two more colorful paintings of leaves, one with Masters Touch, one with Arteza. And I already painted the Masters Touch, so this next upcoming video, it's a time lapse, it will be the Arteza. Once it dries, we will compare it to see, are they both gritty? Is it just certain colors? So let's go ahead and watch now. Both the Masters Touch and the Arteza were very similar in terms of how the paint, the consistency of the paint and all that. My experience was the same, almost. I felt like because the Masters Touch did have some watery red and some gooey, watery yellow ochre, and I did not see that with the Arteza. I felt like the Arteza was just a bit more smoother in consistency than the Masters Touch. So I would say, out of 5 stars, I'd give Arteza 5, and I would give Masters Touch 4. Okay, so this is the Arteza side, and I just finished, and everything looks great. I didn't have any problems. Everything looks nice, and I'm comparing it here to the Masters Touch. And again, they look the same, they're very nice colors, very pigmented in color. A lot of them are very pigmented, and I like that. Now the Arteza, my Arteza set had a lot more colors, and I really did like this opera pink. So with the Arteza, you're gonna get more colors than with the Masters Touch anyways. And so I figured I want to touch it, and I do feel that there is gritty there. But I have to tell you that the ones that really feel gritty are the ones where I added extra layers of paint, especially if I went over it more than once. And maybe if I did just one layer, it felt smoother. It didn't feel as gritty. But the yellows felt really gritty. And I think maybe it's because I might have put more than one layer. So I feel like with these paints, the more layers you put, it seems like the paint feels grittier. Here on the Arteza, it feels gritty as well. The more layers, the grittier it feels. So we have to just remember, these are student grade paints. They're different. They're not professional artist grade. So this is probably just a normal symptom, I guess you would say, from cheaper paints. But let's take a look at professional artist grade gouache. Here is a Holbein gouache painting that I created a couple of months ago. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to feel it. I'm going to compare it. And you know what? It feels nice. It doesn't have that gritty feel. And I know I have a lot of layers on some of these images, especially the butterfly. I can feel the butterfly has a lot of little bumps here and there, but it doesn't really feel gritty. And in some of these other leaves, they feel so smooth and silky and velvety. It's great. So now we're done. I think we're done with this Masters Touch versus Arteza review. I should have added this to the first video, but I didn't. But I'm glad somebody pointed out that there was some grittiness to the painting when it dried. And I didn't notice that because really I haven't really used much of these paints. I use my Holbein most of the time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you understand more about these two paints and how they're very much similar. And Arteza wins a little bit over Masters Touch. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe, okay?